Podcast.
You asked me so many questions. Like, you don't trust me to just do this. Neal.
You might have gotten engrossed in more reading about the United Nations Day.
I'll tell you something gross.
Your little goldfish brain might have gotten distracted.
Fuck you. So, Neal.
Corey.
I made a distressing discovery the other day.
What's that?
So we have a friend. His name is Greg.
Greg, who still owes us a reading of Tony Toretto's legendary cousin Dom, by the way. Can you imagine?
Greg, who still owes us a reading of Tony Toretto's legendary cousin Dom. But what he does not owe us is some delightful treats because obviously I drink all kinds of strange sodas and other elixirs on this show from time to time. And I was like, hey, Greg, you're in Scotland. Wouldn't it be hilarious if you sent me Irn Bru? Which I might not even be saying right. I don't know.
Irn Bru. It feels like it should be Iron Brew.
It might be that. And he was like, I'll do that. So he sent me all kinds of stuff, but what I do have literally in my hand right now is a from Scotland itself bottle of Irn Bru. And the thing that fucked me up, Neal, do you know anything about this drink?
I have heard of it. I have heard talk of it. Greg has mentioned it in the past.
I don't know anything about what it might taste like. Did you know it's orange?
No, I did not know
Like
it's
the liquid
orange.
is orange, the label is orange.
So the
But there's
content
nothing in the
itself.
ingredients that would lead me to believe it tastes orange.
No, nothing. No citric acid. No,
Well, there's
artificial flavor. Does it just say like artificial flavors?
It does say citric acid, but it also says a bunch of other shit.
Okay.
So that didn't really tip me off in a meaningful way.
My bet is that it tastes like orange.
But why would it? First of all, why would it be iron branding then?
I don't know. Is there a lot of iron in oranges? Over here, we relate that to calcium, which is not iron. I know that. Don't at me.
The bottle does say may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children, which I think is hilarious.
Okay. This is like a fucking Red Bull or something then.
No, I think the UK just has weird labels for shit. Because it also counts energy in like kilojoules. Like a bunch
Jesus.
of weirdos.
Let me bring up the conversion. Hold on.
That should be in calories for normal people.
Normal people.
So, I'm gonna crack this bad boy open. I do not know what we're in for. I have not looked up a single thing about.
Hey, before
Irn
you do
Bru.
that,
Well, it's already open.
how many kilojoules are there?
210.
210 kilojoules.
Yeah, keep up.
50,191 calories.
Seems incorrect. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think this is right.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold on. Whoa!
What happened?
This is just not what I thought it was gonna smell like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You always smell them first.
Yeah, Neal, it's called safety first.
You gotta check the nose, right? Is that what they call it?
The nose and the tip and the wash.
Does it have legs? Are there legs on this Irn Bru?
This straight up smells like cotton candy.
Wow. That's a good sign so
Or
far.
like or maybe more like bubble gum. It might smell like bubble gum, which is so not what I was expecting.
Yeah, that shit's supposed to be artificially pink, not artificially orange.
Yeah, this smells like bubble gum to me, dog. I don't know. Maybe my nose is wrong, but I was expecting. Obviously I wasn't like I'm gonna drink molten metal today, but like I was expecting something more unfamiliar to me and just not this combination of things.
Sure.
Anyway, I've smelled it enough, so I should probably drink it.
Chug, 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 chug.
That's so weird. What the fuck is this supposed to taste like? Hang on. I don't even know what's going on, man. I have no idea. Okay. So, like, the first sip to me, like, when it hits your mouth, I'm like, oh, bubblegum. Still. But, like, after you swallow it, like, the aftertaste is orangey.
Oh, wow.
This
It's
is so
layered.
fucking weird. What the fuck is... Can you do me a favor, Neal?
I can do one favor. Holy shit, you just triggered Google. And Google was very apologetic because it couldn't help me. Hold on. Hey, Google, shut up. There.
Wow, what the fuck?
Alright, I gotta deal with this this thing is going off the charts. It just told me there's a glitch. I'll be right back. Keep that favor
Did
in
you
mind.
actually break your Google?
No, it's... I don't want to get into it. Just I'll be right back.
Okay, so while he's gone, Greg, if you're specifically listening, because you sent me this, did you anticipate this being my reaction? Because I got a level with you, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's like a seal of a man doing a knee on the bottle, which I guess is pretty cool. But taste-wise, I'm in the dark on what this is supposed to be. Sorry, I was talking to Greg.
Shout out to Greg.
I was very specifically talking to Greg only for that portion.
Okay, I won't listen back. It's private between the two of you. I won't listen back during the edit.
So to do me a favor, could you just Google for me, ironically considering, what this drink is supposed to taste like? I want to hear it from somebody else.
I'm gonna use Bing for starters.
You know what I mean. I'm using Google in the Kleenex Band-Aid sense.
Spell it. IRN.
BRU. 2 words.
BRU. Is there a flavor given?
Nope.
Okay, it doesn't matter because the first suggestion, Irn Bru drink. Second, Irn Bru flavor. So you're not alone in this.
Yeah, because I got a level with you. I know what I'm getting out of it, but I don't know what it's supposed to taste like.
Irn Bru's quite sweet and has deep flavor of black currant, which makes it excellent for mixing with other flavors like lemonade or ginger ale to create your unique soda. To many people...
Hold on, I don't know what a black currant is. Sorry, hang on.
Others have described its taste as fizzy bubble gum. That sounds like you, or a sweetened version of Listerine.
Those people are fucking fucked up. Those people need to go to a doctor. Those people need to be institutionalized. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Those people drink Mike's Hard Lemonade in the morning. Those people don't know what the fuck's going on.
Or those people know what's going on a different fucking level than the rest of us.
The black currant, also known as the black currant or cassis, is a deciduous shrub in the family Grossulariaceae. This doesn't tell me. It just tells me what kind of soils it prefers.
Yeah, because you're on Wikipedia.
I'm on Google.
But you're reading from the Wikipedia article because you just read word for word the opening of the Wikipedia article.
Fresh black currants have a tart-like taste. What the fuck does that mean? What is a tart-like taste?
It's tart. Well, it's kind of tarty.
When fresh, it tastes like tart, like a passion fruit. What does a passion fruit taste like? Fuck.
This is where we learned that Corey's only ever had hamburgers with ketchup only his entire life.
Pardon me for not knowing the flavor of fucking passion fruit off the top of my head.
Because you can't just be like, what the fuck does a passion fruit taste like? Well, it tastes probably similar to the Irn Bru you're drinking right now.
I haven't decided what that tastes like yet. Here's something I'd like to say about it,
Sure.
if I will not be judged.
Not by me. You certainly won't.
Maybe just by our audience.
Yeah, but they're judging you anyway because you only played one
firstly, I'd
Mortal
like to make a
Kombat
request.
game.
Listeners, send us a voice message if you've eaten a black currant before. Just tell us what that was like.
It is a deciduous shrub, to remind you all.
If it's grown for its berries. We're talking about the berries. You don't eat the tree.
Well,
You don't ask someone if they like coconut milk because they ate tree bark one time.
They don't tell you specifically not to eat the tree.
I don't know why it's orange if black currants are black.
It's just aesthetics. It's a selling tactic. You ever heard of the pink tax?
Yeah, actually I have.
Yeah, it's a way to get more money.
And I'm fucked because I really like pink stuff.
Man, you're paying like 15 to 20% more than the rest of us, dude.
Paying out the ass for all this pink stuff I own. What I wanted to say without being judged is that it's not bad, but I don't know if I like it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think I could drink a whole one of these. Because it's too much. It's overbearing. Maybe if you
You've
do got what they overbearing hips.
Wow.
Sorry, it's all this Irn Bru I've been drinking.
Maybe you should do what eatdelights.com/Irn Bru taste.
Like mix it with stuff? I don't have anything.
Get some lemonade, get some ginger ale, mix it up and see what you think.
Wait. Hang on. I might have a can of iced tea in my fridge. Does that count?
Fuck it. I think
Let's
anything counts at this point.
Okay, now
Go
we're
for it, man.
fucking cooking with gas. Hang on.
Get that can crack on the mic.
I need a glass.
Needs a glass. He should just do... Corey's gone. He should just do the thing they do in Step by Step, where they put the milk and the chocolate syrup in their mouth and then just, like, shake their head to mix it up.
I hope everybody's enjoying how real life this feels, what with me running around my house like an idiot, and all of these extra sounds.
So what I just told the listeners, and now I'm going to tell you, is you should just do the Step by Step thing, and just pour both of them in your mouth and swish it around.
Like that?
And swish it around in your mouth. Pour both of them in your mouth and swish it around. Do it.
No. Yeah, okay, so, just took another sip of the raw stuff. You heard me open a can of Lipton lemon flavor iced tea. So I'm gonna pour that into this cup. Can you hear that?
No, but I believe it's there on your end.
Aw, damn. I tried to put it up to the mic. I poured maybe too much of the iced tea, so I'm gonna pour some of that out, actually, into this empty water glass. Really painting a picture of my life here. That was just readily available. Empty cup in my room. Oh, boy. Okay. I've made a mess. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, anyway. Hold on. This smell is off the charts. What the fuck is this? I don't like the way these smells blend. You ever see the film Blend It Like Beckham? It's all about David Beckham's cooking career. I don't like the way these things blend. That's a joke for like 4 people. This tastes mostly like iced tea.
Well, didn't you say you put too much tea in?
I poured some of it out.
But you poured some of the Irn Bru out with it, presumably, didn't you?
No. I poured all the iced tea, and I was like, that was too much iced tea, and I took the iced tea out, and then I put the Irn Bru in.
Okay.
I feel like a fucking mad scientist. This is horrible. Is this good radio? Sure.
Well, it will be after I edit it.
This was a fucking mistake. You against me? That's a mistake. I don't like it. Anyway, let me try the original one again really quick, just for a baseline.
Okay.
You ever see Blade Runner 2049? Right now I feel miles off of my baseline. Dune, only in theaters. That's not even true, is it?
No, it's on HBO Max too, dude. And I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't either, because I don't think we get that here.
We have theaters there.
Nope. We don't get movies here. You ever see Footloose? It's kind of like that.
I think this Irn Bru has done something to your brain, dude.
Nope, I'm always this stupid. That's my secret cap.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you've heard about references before, but I'm making them.
We were supposed to make this an easy edit for me.
I think he said that in, like, the fucking Hulk Rises or fucking something, I don't know.
The Hulk Rises.
Yeah. Greg, I hope that was everything you dreamed and more. Shout out to, hang on.
Greg? Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Nicola Sturgeon, leader of Scotland. Hope you guys get independent soon. That'd be pretty sick. You enjoy the Commonwealth? It's pretty cool.
You're an idiot.
Okay, that is the conclusion of my 20-minute long Irn Bru joke.
And shout out to the Clan McNeal of Barra. That's where my family's from.
Whose family?
My family.
Oh, I didn't know you were local.
Well, I'm not. I have relations and ancestors.
Oh, I bet you do have relations. Okay.
Okay. I got a little bit of business too, Corey.
Oh, sorry I took so long.
Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Greg.
I really think I'm going to move forward with this license plate thing, dude. We got to figure this out.
Dude, me too.
And iron out the
Look,
details.
mine is really expensive, and I still want to do it.
So we gotta put a cost together and fundraise for this.
Mortal Kombat themed car wash.
I got a few suggestions from Paul. I pitched a few to you, but I got a nice message this morning from Dakota. He's got a suggestion for us also. I'm gonna jump into that
Oh, okay.
right now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Neal, you should get a license plate that says Zhu Jin, and then a frame that says I'd rather be at Applebee's.
Yeah, I really like that.
That's pretty good, right?
That one's also like, nobody's gonna look twice at that in the way they might look twice at Art Lean.
Art Lean, that's a good one too. I've got 5 or 6, so it would be like.
Yeah, why are your license plates so small in Florida?
I don't know. Maybe we were just early.
Just baby tiny license plates.
It's also dirt cheap to get a custom license plate. Dude, I live in.
You live in the Wild West for sure.
I live in Zhuzhen.
Yeah.
Zhuzhen. If I can figure out how to spell Zhuzhen.
Well, we know how.
First, if I can figure out how to spell it properly, because I think I'm very mixed up about it. Second, if I can compress it.
Competing spellings. This is our chance to make the definitive call. Whichever one you go with is canon.
The one I will go with will be at least 1 letter short of the actual spelling. So,
and that's pretty cool.
I think no matter what, I should get the Applebee's license plate frame.
Yeah, no, 100%. And as soon as I can justify scrounging together several $100s, I will buy a Vorpax license plate.
Guaranteed. Man, I'm still taking suggestions. I want more suggestions, more voicemails. Twitter.
Hold on, the funniest one would be Ramoth, right?
Ramoth.
Oh, and your license plate border just says Keeper of the Crystal Realm
Keeper of the Crystal Realm. Thank you, Dakota. I think that's front runner right now.
Dakota's is really good, yeah.
The competition is still going on. Somebody's going to come up with something. I had a few from Paul. Let me see if I can grab some of Paul's suggestions. Paul suggested to Meek, M-E-E-K. He says, only the best of us will understand how it's conquest related.
the number 2 and then the word Meek?
Yeah, because Jeff Meek played 2 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just do Silk M.
I have a feeling Silk Manning might already have that. And he is a Florida native, so I may not be able to do that. And then I suggested QWNCHY.
QWNCHY.
Yeah.
Notably, that is not spelling what I would call Quan Shi. It's
Nope,
spelling
Quan Shi.
which is again a joke for nobody.
Paul also came back with CRMMNS.
You could do FDOMA.
Federation of Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Dakota, for sending that in. Dakota also sent in some reads on some things that I worked into the soundboard, so we're going to get to those at another time.
Oh, that's ominous. So, speaking of things that we're going to get to another time, like right now.
Right now.
What's this episode about?
This episode is
25 minutes into the recording.
So, Corey, our schedules have been kind of nutso the past few weeks, and we needed to do something special. So we're taking a break from Battle of the Realms. We're going to spend today
vibing.
We're going to give out superlatives.
Yes.
For various things in the Mortal Kombat the Mortal Kombat Threshold universe. An example may be like best original character or favorite entry in the Threshold universe, those kinds of things. We're just going to go through a list here and kind of revisit the hits here. And I actually made a drop for this, Corey. We are calling this the Threshold Throwdown. Are you ready to get started?
I think so.
Take a fucking listen to this, dude.
Threshold Throwdown.
It's that deep lore, baby. Nice, dude. Good job. What?
The Threshold Throwdown.
Yeah.
It's that deep lore, baby.
Baby. Sorry, it's the that's the Scotland in me.
That's disgusting is what that is.
Yeah, sorry, but
well, it'll be gone in the edit. All right, so I got a bunch of categories. I got a bunch of choices in these categories. I tried not to overlap names and choices too much. I tried to balance. I think there's a little bit of conquest bias here, but that should be expected.
If you don't think our answers are also going to be conquest biased, you're insane.
Well, some of these might surprise you, I think. I think this is going to put you to the test, Corey.
Me personally?
As you revealed last episode, this universe is, what, 95% of your exposure to Mortal Kombat content at this point?
That feels unfair. It's 95% of what I've personally experienced. I have had all of Mortal Kombat lore told to me by other people.
Fair. This will be fun to, I think it'll be fun to revisit some of these things and see if our minds have changed as we've absorbed just more and more of this Mortal Kombat nonsense.
Let's do it.
We're going to start off with an easy one. So the things in contention here are the Threshold Entertainment Universe pieces of art.
Works.
We're talking Mortal Kombat Conquest, Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins, Mortal Kombat 95, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Defenders of the Realm, and Federation of Martial Arts. We're not talking the Legends movies, we're not talking Mortal Kombat 2021, we're going to contain this just to those 5 entries. The novels go along with the movies, obviously, they're not separate entries. They just count as being the versions of the movies that we should have gotten instead of what we did get.
Movies distinctly lacked crimins.
So, of these five entries, Conquest, Journey Begins, Mortal Kombat 95, Annihilation, Defenders, and Federation, what would you say is the best entry?
How are we quantifying best? Is it my favorite, or is it the one that's actually the best? Like, in terms of like what a critic would expect to find in a piece of film or television.
Well, we're not really concerned with the critics. This is our personal opinion. So I think
critics.
I think it would be if you only could have one of these things, what would it be? Just which one do you like the best?
I mean, it's Mortal Kombat Conquest, right?
Yeah, it really kind of is fucking Mortal Kombat
but
Conquest,
I would like
isn't
to
it?
make a strong argument for how much I liked the first movie.
Yes, that's totally fair.
However, it's Mortal Kombat Conquest all the way.
It's Conquest, and that might just be because of just the equity, right? There's a lot of it.
Also,
you know?
if somebody is listening to this podcast and you're like, oh, you guys are so biased, look at the name of the show that we're doing.
It's our
and then
origin
get back
story.
to us.
Yes, totally. All right. so Mortal Kombat Conquest for Corey, and same for me. Weird that I acted like I wasn't talking directly to you and said your name.
I'm actually off stage in another room, and we're not talking to each other. I'm hearing this through a feed.
So, same 5 options. What would you say is the worst entry?
Defenders of the Realm.
Defenders of the
Hard
Realm.
stop.
Really?
Yeah, Federation of Martial Arts is shorter and baffling in a way that's very entertaining. Whereas, like Federation of Martial Arts does not have the space to become a slog because it's like an hour. Similar to Annihilation, it's like movie length.
Yeah.
Defenders of the Realm goes on forever.
As weird and bad as Annihilation is, it's still fun to watch, right?
Yeah. Whereas, like, a lot of Defenders of the Realm, as you heard, wasn't even fun. It was just bad. Whereas, like, anything else that's, like, really leaning into the bad territory, except for maybe Journey Begins, there's a little bit of fun there. But again, it's shorter. Defenders of the Realm is the longest and has the longest stretches of unfun badness. Whereas, like, think about how we did Defenders of the Realm, right? Our favorite episode from Defenders of the Realm was a Wing Commander cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going to put in bold the thing that we think is the worst. I can't wait till we stop agreeing.
Well, we actually don't agree on this one because I'm going to put Journey Begins at the bottom.
Really?
Really,
I mean,
because
I will say Journey Begins is definitely worse, like worse made.
Yeah, it is. The reason I'm putting it at the bottom is because watching it again for the podcast brought up the disappointment I had as a child when I rented it and it was over in 30 minutes and nothing fucking happened.
But it was over in 30 minutes, Neal.
It was, but
you had the rest of your day to be wildly disappointed by other things in your life.
But I spent the rest of the day being wildly disappointed by Journey Begins instead. I think with a little bit of space between our viewing of Defenders of the Realm, I could see myself revisiting it, at least parts of it.
Yeah, of course you can.
At least parts of it. But I will, and part of that might be because I've been getting the YouTubes caught up, right? So I've been clicking through and looking at it. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I will never watch Journey Begins ever again. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess for me the catch is like I don't want to watch Journey Begins ever again. I also don't want to watch Defenders of the Realm ever again. I would watch Federation of Martial Arts again.
Oh hell yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
So okay, well I'm gonna mark. We don't have to be in agreement on all of these.
No,
things,
we're
but
not. I've actually been marking up the list that you shared with me. I don't know if you have that also, but
I have it open in a different method, but good. I'm glad
Okay.
you're doing that.
so we
All
will
right.
we will tally at the end.
Yeah, I appreciate you keeping track of that. All right, so next category, we got to talk about. There's obviously no shortage of original characters in all of these things.
Yeah, like who could forget the woman who was keeping that secret package for Kung Lao that he has to go
yeah.
get?
Underwear lady, sure.
Remember Underwear Lady?
Underwear crystal lady. Do you think she was related?
Keeper of the Crystal Realm?
Do you think she knew Ramoth?
Yeah, 100%.
100% she knew Ramoth. All right, so we're gonna
Ship it.
It is time for us to pick the best original character in our individual opinions. This is a longer list. We've got Artlene, Vorpax, Zero, Taja, Hideyoshi, the assassin from that Cabal episode of Defenders of the
I'm
Realm.
so glad you reminded me because I did not know who that was.
Silk Manning from Mortal Kombat Conquest.
So far, two of these are real people.
The actual man. Crimmins, Paul, but not our friend Paul. Paul from the Mortal Kombat 95 novel.
Oh my god.
And Omegis.
Brad and fucking Jason or whatever the fuck. Can I do like a ranked voting?
You can do a ranked voting, but only your number one counts. Only
That's
your number
fine.
one makes, makes
Everybody
the
knows
list.
what my number one is.
Sure. It's Paul.
Yeah, of course.
It's Crimmins.
No,
it's Paul. It's Paul, followed by Crimmins, followed by Silk Manning.
Yep, top three, baby. No, it's four packs.
It's 4-packs for you.
It's
100%
four packs.
is 4-packs for
I
you.
mean, I honestly think if you look at Mortal Kombat Conquest in its totality, she is the most interesting character. Does that mean they do the best with the material they've created with her? No. However, I think as a baseline, she is the most compelling character there.
100%. But my answer still has to be Silk Manning. Silk Manning, call me.
For the record, if I was doing like a top three here,
Yes.
I think that the Crimmins joke was so funny that he would have to be number two.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And
I put that on there to throw you off.
Yeah. So Crimmins would be number two. And then I think Zero and Artlene can have third. I would
Sure.
love for Taja to be higher because we really like Taja as a character.
Taja rules.
Again, if you're looking at the baseline of like compelling idea and arc on display, she's got it, but they don't do shit with it. So it's
No.
hard to rank it any higher than that. Whereas like Vorpax doesn't get enough in my opinion, but there is something happening. Like there is
Yeah.
a quantifiable arc and things change in her life.
Yes.
And she herself is, cunning and interesting.
Sure.
Whereas Taja is like, oh, she went to the store for 4 episodes. Sorry.
Yeah, Taja as a character was underserved in the series for sure. I'm a big fan of hers. Silk Manning, when he showed up in that one episode of Conquest where he had a very
he's a real
prominent-
scene stealer.
He had a really prominent role as a shadow priest and was the most ripped human being I've ever seen in my life. Just carried this. I don't know what it is. It's that it factor, right? There was this insane charisma that I was not expecting.
He steals the scenes.
He absolutely owned that entire fucking episode and then was never seen again.
There's a reason we keep talking about it.
Which has just left me thinking, like, why is there not more Silk Manning in this stuff? What happened? Why was he not a series regular? Could you imagine a scene between Silk Manning and Adani Meropis as Quan Shi?
Fuck.
Seriously.
It's always weird watching anything and you come across an actor that, like, you genuinely find, like, electrifying or, like, instantly compelling, and then you, like, look them up on IMDb or something and they just never did anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did nobody? And maybe they personally didn't want to, but like, how do you look at that and go like, what the fuck was this person thinking? Like, they should have just really doubled down on this because they're amazing. Like,
I know. That's what it is. So I am committing to my. It started out as a joke. I am
But now
committing
it's
to
the
my
real answer.
Silk Manning choice because I just want to know more about Shadow Priest number 1.
I would like to give Omegis a shout out too for good,
Yes.
just having the performance of a lifetime chewing the scenery.
Yes, my backups going into this were Taja and Omegis. I thought I was going to land on Taja, and I wish I had, but unfortunately, here we are.
Oh my god, the next question is so funny and so stupid.
Our next category is it's a short category. There's only 3 choices. This next category is the best friend of Kitana's dad.
Yeah.
We've got Daran from Mortal Kombat Conquest, the Essence, the one who Vorpax killed and who told Liu Kang, or Jesus Christ,
Wow.
and who told Kung Lao that Kitana was the Emperor's stepdaughter. We called him Darren back then.
We did.
We've got everybody's favorite Mortal Kombat character, Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal Realm, from the Zara episode of Defenders of the Realm. And of course, we've got Asgarth the Birdman from the finale of Defenders of the Realm. Corey, which one of these do you think is the best friend of Kitana's dad?
Like, in terms of what being a good friend is?
You know what? Yeah, let's use that as the qualifier for this category.
I think if the question is, who was the best friend to Kitana's dad? I mean, Darren did die for him, but not directly.
Sure.
I think if it's who's the best friend of Kitana's dad, it's Asgarth the Birdman.
It's Asgarth
Because
the Birdman.
he seems very intimately tied into that whole family setup.
He was
but-
in it till the end and was trying to fight to win the throne back.
Yeah, but my favorite, by which I mean the funniest, is obviously Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal Realm.
And my favorite is still Asgarth the
Yeah,
Birdman.
no, my answer is Asgarth the Birdman. If we're quantifying it in terms of like actual good friendship,
Sure.
but Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal Realm is such a funny series of words that I really want to make sure that we double down on that.
All right, you got it. So you're picking Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal Realm as your personal favorite then? Oh, you're not?
I'm
Okay.
picking Asgarth, but I want to make sure Ramoth gets his flowers.
All right, so all right, Ramoth gets his flowers, but Asgarth Birdman wins the category.
Asgarth is the best friend. Like if the question was, who do I want to be my friend in real life? It's Asgarth the Birdman.
It's still it's 100% Asgarth the Birdman. And from where I understand we have some kind of mild doesn't matter disagreement on this. I just want to make it clear to everybody. Any way you phrase this question, Asgarth the Birdman wins for me. I would love to hang out with that dude.
Also, he looks the best, and I'm
Yeah,
shallow.
he does. He's a big giant bird man. Are you
And
kidding
like
me?
the animation quality was literally higher.
Yes.
He was a better realized visually individual.
Do you think he's the reason they had to increase the animation quality? Because they're like, we are not doing this incredible Birdman justice.
Well, there's actually, you know how like there's like weird old laws that like counties and stuff hold on to, where it's like, oh, you can't like walk backwards down the streets on Sundays, or the sheriff gets to shoot you, like shit like that.
Yeah.
There's actually a law on the books in Earthrealm that says that you can't depict Asgarth the Birdman below a certain visual quality threshold, and that was actually defined by gargoyles, so they had to hit that or else they were going to get shot by the sheriff. All old-timey laws end with getting shot by the sheriff.
So around that time, it was like on a scale of 1 to Iron Giant, you have to meet the minimum requirement of a gargoyles to depict a Birdman.
Asgarth the Birdman only.
Oh, just Asgarth.
It's
Okay.
like it's in reverence, like, you know what
It's
I mean?
one of those very specific laws that you're like,
Yeah.
well, this is only a law because somebody tried to do this.
Yeah. How is this even enforced?
Okay. All right, Asgarth the Birdman wins. Next category, we're going to stick with the Katana theme because honestly, she didn't have enough to do in all of this stuff we watched, so she needs to get her attention when she can. Best rival of Kitana. We've got Gross Melina from Mortal Kombat Conquest. We've got Kali from Mortal Kombat Conquest. Ruby from Defenders of the Realm and Federation of Martial Arts. And then we've got Zara, the absolutely a Korea person from Defenders of the Realm.
I'm so glad you've reminded me who Zara is both times you've said the name, because I did not know.
Yeah. She's the proto Vorpax.
Right, how can I forget? Okay, people are gonna send us angry postcards saying, "Oh, you just keep picking all the conquest answers."
Yes, but it's clearly Kali.
That's not what I was gonna say.
What? No. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
Because if you ask me to think of who was Kitana's nemesis, my brain goes to Melina first. And I remember a lot more about Melina on the show than I do about Kali.
That's just mainstream Mortal Kombat programming, though. Like, you gotta think for yourself, dude.
Hey, man, I don't know. Okay, try to convince me.
My honest answer is not even Kali. I think my honest answer is probably Ruby.
You're saying that because you just want the timeline to work.
The timeline does work, and Ruby is an integral part of that.
Sell me on
that's
this.
beside
Sell me
the
on
point.
this. Sell you on
Ruby?
Yeah, if that's your answer, then yeah.
Ruby is the only one of these who had a redemption arc where she, like, and I understand, yes, that Federation of Martial Arts arguably undid that, but I think there was more to that storyline than we knew. I think that Ruby was going undercover as a Earthrealm ally into the Outworld Federation, but we can talk about that at a different time. Or right now if you really want to.
We can talk about it at a different time.
Okay. So Ruby, okay, so if we take Kali I think is fascinating because Kali is like the actions that she's performing, the betrayals that she makes and the allies she makes with like Quan Shi and all this kind of stuff are because she has this sort of twisted idea of trying to protect the Edenians because they've been conquered as opposed to trying to free the Edenians.
Yeah, her concern is like safety within the bad situation, whereas Kitana's mindset is getting out of the bad situation.
Yeah, so I don't think Kali is like purely evil. I think she's just been through a lot and been, and struggled. And this is how she's reacting to it. I think what she really needs, and this doesn't apply to her, just to her, it applies to everybody in these universes, is like to sit down and have a conversation with like a counselor and really work through these issues. Melina was just wanted to be hot and have sex with Kung Lao.
Aspirational. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, good. You have a point, but the method with which she achieved that.
Oh, I know. I'm not condoning anything.
Was purely selfish and harmful.
The simplest explanation for my answer is that it was just an interesting take on a character that had been established and then thrown around a lot in other lore in weird ways, and I was like, oh, this take is interesting.
I see your point. I'm not here to talk you out of it.
Yeah, but I genuinely wanted a reason, because I think on paper, if you go up to like a Mortal Kombat fan and you're like, oh man, everybody does that classic rivalry, Kitana and Ruby, they'll get you shot by the sheriff. Like, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I was genuinely curious on how you could sell that, but I also think like
that's that deep lore, baby.
Yeah,
I am committing to Ruby.
And the Zara argument's totally there. I think the caveat just being is there's not enough of it. Like, you just it's very formulaic. It feels a lot like the Ruby thing and the Kali thing in a way. Like, they're all like, the rivalries are very just Kitana wants to do one thing, somebody else wants to do a different thing.
Yeah, so now they fight and they're mad at each other. Yeah. Sorry, Zara. You're
still a very famous store.
But you're lame Vorpax, and we're not here for you.
No, we're here for the true Vorpax.
So my vote is for Ruby. I think Ruby has an interesting redemption arc, and there was more to see there. Kali's a close second for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't believe this next one's even a question.
So we need to talk about what the best Quan Shi was.
Adani Meropis moving on.
Well, we've got Quan Shi in Mortal Kombat Conquest.
Yeah.
We've got Quan Shi as his first appearance in anything Mortal Kombat in Defenders of the Realm, where he was like a weird snake guy. Then we've got Quan Shi in Federation of Martial Arts, where he was mostly just a green reboot man, as you put it.
Correctly.
And then we have the Quan Shi that was in a deleted scene from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, played by an unnamed Thai extra.
Did I see that?
I shared the image with you. There's no footage of it. But
I don't
showed you
remember. I don't remember that, man. So he's out of the running in my books, unfortunately. I can't picture that at all.
It's Conquest. It's Conquest.
It's Conquest.
It's Adani Meropis.
It's Adani
It's
Meropis.
always... We could expand this category to every Quan Shi
And
ever.
it's still Adani Meropis.
And it's still Adani Meropis, 100%.
And here's the thing. Also a nice guy.
Super nice guy. The answer is Adani Meropis.
And, like, you could look up any scene he is in from Conquest, and it kicks ass. That's the thing.
It does.
Like, he
100%.
is crushing it. Every scene.
Every time. Adani Meropis, call me.
Adani Meropis, yeah.
And he has. That's
And
the
he-
thing.
and
That's
he
the weird
may
thing.
again.
He has. He actually has. He actually has. All right. I might leave that in. On the subject of Quan Shi has had a lot of... I wrote hench person on the...
Slaves is the word you
list,
wanted.
But slave is the word. Slaves are the word. So we need to figure out... I want to know,
Yeah,
Corey,
Neal,
what
ask me who the best slave is. Yeah.
Who is Quan Chi's best slave?
Jesus Christ.
Which of them did you like the best? We've got the classics, of course. We've got Cian, Sora, and Mika. We've also got Celine, who was introduced in, like, I think the last episode of Mortal Kombat Conquest as one of his new slaves.
Right. Oh, yeah, I had to dig into the catalogs there for a second.
Yeah, she got beheaded and served to him on a plate by Cian.
She did.
We've got his magic snake that is sometimes a belt and sometimes a staff and occasionally a spear. Then we've got the snake inside of that snake. And then we've got the tiny snakes inside of the snake that's inside of the other snake.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, so which of these do you think was Quan Chi's best? I'm going to say assistant. How about assistant?
Assistant's a lot better than slave.
Sure.
So how strong is your personal bias here?
It's pretty strong, not going to lie.
Yeah, yeah.
You already know my answer. Do you want me to go first?
Go.
It's Mika. It's 100% Mika. It's Jamie Presley. Jamie Presley as Mika in Mortal Kombat Conquest. That is the best Quan Chi assistant there will ever be.
Let it be known, Jamie Presley came up in passing the other day in a conversation, and I tagged Neal instantly, and he responded. And that's all it took. Like, the brand is powerful.
It's Jamie Presley.
I think Sora is the funniest thing to say because of the Kingdom Hearts jokes I got out of that. But my
Sure, of
actual
course.
answer is Cian, the one who killed Shang Tsung that time.
Cian, the one who killed Shang Tsung in Federation of Martial Arts, played by Dana He.
She also just gets the most characterization and actual mileage. Like,
She does. And she's deep in these Mortal Kombat productions, obviously.
yeah, and she's down to throw down, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, and I own her autobiography.
You do?
One Step with Courage, I think it's called. Dana He, come on the show.
Sorry about all the snakes.
Yes.
That is very funny, though. It's funny that you included that. I would like to make that clear.
I appreciate it. All right. Next category, Best Cage. Now we've got...
An intentionally ambiguous category, I see.
Well, there's not just Johnny Cage, is there, as we learned in Federation of Martial Arts, but let's run through this list. We've got Johnny Cage from the Mortal Kombat 95 movie. Then we've got Johnny Cage from Journey Begins. We've also got that stone cage that Bruce locks Shang Tsung trapped Zero and Kung Lao in the Cobalt Mines, the stone cage.
Neal.
We've got the Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, who does nothing and gets his neck broken. Jimmy Cage from Federation of Martial Arts, who has more expensive sunglasses.
Those were $650 sunglasses, that's all.
And finally, there was that cage that Kriya locked Shang Tsung and Kung Lao in that one episode of Conquest.
Yeah, the one that was more of a traditional cage.
What do you think was the best cage in all of
You
these things?
piece of shit. Can I tell you which one's the worst?
Sure, you can tell me what the worst Cage is. Absolutely.
It's the Journey Begins one.
Journey Begins Johnny Cage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sure. I mean, dude does a sick moonwalk, but I don't think that's enough.
No, I don't think it is either. My answer is unironically Jimmy Cage.
Jimmy Cage.
Yeah, because when that happened to me, it was one of the funniest things and least expected things and fastest things, most baffling things I had ever seen up to that point, potentially in my whole life. So that's my, I'm not joking, actual answer, though I would like to give a shout out to that mostly useless stone cage.
The stone cage was good. That was when they, yeah.
Well, it was good until
remember.
it wasn't anymore.
Sure, they were just like chipping at it with like axes and stuff.
Yeah,
or
like
pickaxes
fucking
and
playing Minecraft.
stuff. So Jimmy Cage is your answer. My answer is the cage that Kriya locked Shang Tsung and Kung Lao in that one episode of Mortal Kombat.
And why?
Because I really liked that these two, like, in order to get out of the cage, like, it forced them to work together, you know? And
Despite
that was like,
all my rage, I'm still just trapped in a cage with my nemesis.
yeah, I liked that scene though. That was pretty good.
You didn't
I'm
like
gonna
the
give
song?
that. I mean, I like the song. It was a good song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You really mean it?
You should record a full-length version of it, and I'll put it on the podcast.
Do you think this is going to be a big hit?
I think so. Yeah. What are you gonna call it? Quick, try to come up with a Mortal Kombat themed bullet with butterfly wings.
Well, I didn't know what the real song was called. Was the problem? So like, I couldn't
No.
even make a joke if I wanted to.
It's called Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Go.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Go.
Oh,
Three, two, one.
shit. Give me a second. Don't count. Because that'll make me forget. But what is the? There's something that's like CG, that like flies around. Am I remembering that right?
Are you talking about those tattoos from Annihilation?
Yes.
With dragon CGI. Are you dragon with CGI wings?
Something like that.
A dragon with CGI wings. There it is. We did it.
Parentheses. Kung Lao and Shang Tsung ballad.
Yeah, I don't.
Call
I
the
just like
episode that.
Okay. I just like that. I just like that scene.
Just the worst SEO possible.
Second place obviously goes to Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage in the '95 movie.
Yeah, I want to make clear that none of this is to disparage Lyndon Ashby doing actually a pretty good job.
He did a great job. He stole every scene he was in, honestly.
I'm gonna highlight his name as honorable bonus.
Highlighted as real winner.
Well, hold on. My answer's real.
Your answer is real. Okay. Jimmy Cage finally getting his due.
Yeah, finally getting his flowers.
Next category. We have had a lot of reptile people in these entries.
Yes.
So it's time to rank the best reptile person. We've got OG Reptile from the '95 movie, the mini reptiles in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, one of them played by Ray Park. We've got Komodai from Defenders of the Realm, the one who was fooled by the Rock Jacks. We've got that one reptile leader that Kriya had a romantic dinner with. That was a pretty sweet scene. He ate the big bowl of bugs. And
Oh, he sure. I fucking hate that guy.
we have no idea if that was the same reptile we saw in any of the movies, so we have to consider it's a different one. Then, of course, we've got Kiri and Anka.
I think they should be the same answer.
Well, the reason that they can't be is because one of them died and the other one continued on. So that, I think, makes one better than the other.
Oh, it does?
Because one accidentally killed the other.
Yeah. You know, not how they drew that up, I don't think. Oh, man, this one's tough.
Do you want me to go first? I can go first.
Oh, you got yours down?
My serious answer, no
You're
no
about to
jokey
Jimmy
jokes
Cage
here,
me.
is it's the movie, the first movie, Reptile.
Oh.
That reptile scene fucking blew my little 11-year-old brain, 10-year-old brain. I think I was probably 11.
9-year-old
It fucking blew my
brain.
mind. That is the earliest memory I have of loving something in a movie was that reptile fight scene. Honest to God.
Well, here's the thing, though. Does that
Yeah.
make it the best reptile?
I think it makes it the best reptile because he was going toe to toe and at times really kicking the ass of the chosen one, which is more than we saw any of these other reptile people do. We saw Komodai get pranked by rocks.
I think the
We saw-
Komodai is almost my answer because of
We
that.
saw we saw Kiri kill Anka accidentally.
Anka is almost
saw-
my answer because of that, actually, also.
The Annihilation reptiles just sucked and did a lot of like flashy kicks that didn't actually land in that one scene.
I really hated that romantic meal, too, so he's out.
Yeah. The clear answer is movie reptile for me. Like yes, he died, but he was effective.
Died as he lived.
Yeah, being rad.
So that scene is objectively better. But I'm going to shill for Conquest again.
Okay, which one? Are you going Anka?
Yeah. And I think only because her characterization is so inconsistent that it's really interesting. Like, what are we going to get this time?
Totally fair answer.
Because like,
Absolutely.
there are episodes where she is just like very subdued. And then they come back a couple episodes later, and she is
Yeah.
a completely different person.
Totally, yeah. Okay, Anka takes it
They're
for
like
you.
they're all bubbly and love murder.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so Anka takes it for you. 95 Reptile takes it for
Oh
me.
my god.
Next category, hottest fashions. Hottest fashions. This was tricky because there's a lot of exploitative fashions in this show.
And this is
terms of
just
costuming.
objectification, the category, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I tried to get a good mix of things here. All right. So, first up, we've got Zero in his church clothes.
So shirt with sleeves.
Yes, shirt with sleeves. Second, we've got Kassar in Zero's church clothes.
You piece of shit.
Then we've got Jola when she has the black dragon power,
Okay, yeah.
and she's in like the warrior woman look with the dragon arm. Of course, we've got Cabral's face tattoo. That's a pretty strong fashion statement.
We could also include the Defenders of the Realm face tattoos.
We can, but I really want to focus in on Cabral's.
Okay.
We've got the Catwoman that was outside of Shaka.
I don't remember what that person looked like. I'm sorry.
Picture Catwoman from DC Comics.
Which one?
The Batman 66 version.
Oh, yeah, that did fucking happen, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it totally happened.
The next descriptor is the worst thing you've ever written.
We've got Omegis' net. The net that she wears
Just
in
loose
the
netting. Just kind of loose netting.
the loose netting she walked through and kept on for the rest of the day from the Master in Conquest. Sindel's whole vibe from Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Including the color-changing outfit that changes instantly in that scene and nobody notices.
This is the outfit, the hair, the gloves, you name it. The tuxedo guy who was described in the Mortal Kombat 95 novel that we figured must be a magician.
Of course, nobody else wears tuxedos.
And Robin shows in his tank top.
This category could equally be called, hey, what's your fetish? And it would be an equally accurate category name.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to pick just one. I'd have to answer all.
What is your answer?
I think I'm honestly, like, this is me being genuine here. I am torn between Omegis' net and Cabral's face tattoo.
The duality of man.
Having a hard time picking.
Skimpy clothed women objectification and funny face tattoo.
Look, I'm just going to be honest here. I just have to go with my gut. I'm going to give Omegis an award.
I do think Omegis deserves an award.
She's got bold fashion throughout. Like, I know I reduced it to one thing.
Like that
and,
hood at the end
you
is
know.
pretty tight.
The hood is sick, but the net was just too funny. I had to put it on the list.
I don't support that the option here was Zero in his church clothes.
What would you would you like to amend it? Would you like it to be Zero after he takes off
I think
the Noob Saibot oil clothes?
just this, well, just sleeveless.
Sleeveless? You want Zero's? You want? Okay, we're gonna live amend this to
Casual
to
Zero.
is casual Zero. Okay, we are. Please edit the document
well,
if you can.
Actually, hang on. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Because does that make it too close to Robin Show's tank top?
No, I don't think so.
No? You don't think so?
Nah, Robin Show's tank top was just
Because
a
they're
whole
both
other thing.
sleeveless.
Sure, but sleeveless. The sleeveless can mean a lot of things. You know, you gotta take the entire outfit
Into consideration.
into consideration in that instance.
Well,
I don't even know what kind of pants Robin Show wears in this.
I feel like I have to look it up. I can't give an accurate answer unless I look it up.
I think they're just black. I think they're just black Bruce Lee pants.
You're
In which case, I think
probably
Ciro's blue pants are gonna win.
Most of these are from the waist up. Okay, now here's one. Yeah, well, I don't think I'd precisely describe those as Bruce Lee pants, but they're more like honestly fucking hammer pants.
Okay.
But he's also got that sick fucking mullet.
I know the hair almost made the list, but I was like, well, then that's the clear winner. That would be the clear winner.
But like,
It
so
wouldn't
can
be a
I take the hair
competition.
into consideration?
You're allowed to. You know what? If you're gonna put sleeveless, so just put sleeveless Liu Kang and sleeveless Ciro on the list.
At the bottom? Like just add them as options?
No, we're gonna amend their entries.
So Ciro sleeveless version.
Yes.
Sleeveless version. And what is Robin
And then
Show's now?
Just put Robin Show. Just put Robin Show.
He's the answer, sorry.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Daniel, if you're listening, I'm sorry. It was close.
And here's the thing. It's close, but the mullet goes a long way. And Ciro's too big.
Too big?
He's huge.
He's a big man.
He's gonna turn sideways to walk through doors.
He needs big doors 'cause he's a big man.
Daniel Bernhardt is just a huge man. Like
That's fair.
and that's not a disparaging remark by any stretch, but like
Not at all.
Robin Show is like just
Gonna be real.
I don't know.
I'm rethinking Jola's dragon look now.
This is the weirdest segment we've ever done on this show.
I'm gonna stick to the net. I'm sticking to
Stick your guns, stick your guns.
Omegis' net and Robin Show. Full stop. They take the category. All right.
It would have
Last
been
category.
so funny if you were like Liu Kang on the ground in the snowing desert with a woman on top of him.
Jade's fur.
Final category. Already?
Final category. Best fatality. Now, I did not mention every single time we've seen a fatality because most of them aren't that memorable, and I also don't really count the Johnny Cage Scorpion scene as a fatality,
Right.
because Scorpion comes back, right?
He does.
Like a bunch.
It's kind of his whole brand.
I left that one off the list. I stuck with things that stuck. Well, except for one. We're not going to litigate it too much. All right, so we've got Sub-Zero, when Liu Kang kills Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 95.
With the bucket.
With the bucket of water that turns into an icicle. That's number one on the list. Next entry is in Mortal Kombat Conquest, when the monk drank the bad water
And he crumbled.
A classic.
That established an iconic bit. A hit song.
It's going to be tough to beat. Yeah, it was the song of the summer, I think.
The song of the summer, the song of the winter, the song of the spring.
It's the only song, really.
I've never heard other music before.
We've got
It's the Scottish
Kiri.
national anthem when they finally get independence.
We've got Kiri killing Anka with an acid spit. Liu Kang when he kills Shang Tsung at the end of Mortal Kombat 95. And now this is the asterisk, because I know that Shang Tsung comes back. But it was an ordeal to bring him back. And we saw that it was an ordeal. They had to like get his bones and everything. So that was like a permanent death for a while in any case. We got Shao Kahn killing Johnny Cage at the beginning of Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Elder Gods crushing the Black Dragon Ninja with the big machine in Federation of Martial Arts.
We sure do.
Sonya killing Kano. That's mostly on here because I know you hate Kano. Kano blowing up Sonya's partner. And then whatever killed Jax's grandfather, which we presume was a vengeful horse.
Vengeful because Jax's grandfather had done something to a horse previously?
Yeah, because he hates them.
Right.
Because he hates them so much.
He does.
Yeah.
It's known. Oh, boy. It's between two things for me.
Let's hear him.
Monk Crumble, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
And Elder Gods crushing Black Dragon Ninja in Big Machine.
Well, Elder Gods crushing the Black Dragon Ninja in the Big Machine is the clear answer for me. There's no contest whatsoever. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I love
just
the
like-
Monk Crumble to death. But we kind of turned that into something other than what it was.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas the Elder Gods crushing Black Dragon Ninja in Big Machine is exactly what it sounds like, and yet
100%.
whatever you're picturing is incorrect, and you need to just go watch it.
Absolutely. Once I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is the best scene in anything that we've watched ever."
This is the best scene in Threshold Entertainment.
The way it was going so slow to crush Jax before the heroes intervened and revealed the real killer, who was disguised as Jax, and then the machine is just like, boom, there, smash. It was like a 40-second video, but it was like a full short film.
Yeah. So so how about we tally these up?
Yeah, let's see if you.
How about we see what show or movie got the most points? And yes, we slightly stacked the board, but
We also acknowledge that there was not a fair dispersion of these things through every single entry.
yeah. So going back up to best entry, we both said Conquest. Is that 1 point for it or 2?
Well, that's 2. I think we got to total up all of our points individually. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 points for Conquest right away.
Uh huh.
I should be keeping a list, and I'm not. 2. The worst entry was 1 point for Journey Begins and 1 point for Defenders of the Realm.
But that's a minus, right? So
Is
if
it?
anything else,
Anything negative?
If anything
is a
else-
minus?
yeah. So go negative on those.
'Kay.
That's the one category where you can get a negative point.
And then best original character, Vorpax makes it 3 for Conquest, and Silk Manning makes it 4.
Holy shit.
Best friend of Katana's dad was Asgarth the Birdman, which is 2 for Defenders of the Realm, which means it's at 1
It's
because
at
it was
1.
negative.
Yep.
Best Katana rival brings Conquest up to 5, and then Ruby. Who gets the Ruby point?
Defenders of the Realm gets the Ruby
Okay.
point because we didn't actually get to see her in Federation.
Right.
We just heard about her.
Best Quan Shi. We both said Conquest, which brings that up to 7.
100%. Yep. Yep.
Best Quan Chi hensperson was Cian and Mika, which brings it up to 9.
Sure. Understandable.
Best Cage. This was a split decision. Johnny Cage 95 was listed as real winner, so we'll give that a point anyway.
That's
And
a
then
bonus point. Yeah.
I said Jimmy Cage, which brings that up to 1.
Federation of Martial Arts is on the board.
And then the Cage Creolok Shang Tsung and Kung Lao Wei brings Conquest up to 10.
Nice. Okay.
You said the best reptile person was Movie Reptile, which brings
Yes.
it up to 2.
Okay.
And then I said Anka, which makes that 11.
Sure. Yeah.
Hottest Fashions, Omegis' Net makes that 12. And then
Yes, yes.
and then just Robin Show, period, makes that 3
Okay.
for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the best fatality, we both said Federation of Martial Arts.
2 more points for Federation.
Which I had said Jimmy Cage, so that's up to 3. So let's just do a quick tally. So Annihilation, I think, got 0 points.
Annihilation got 0 points.
And Journey Begins got -1. And then Federation of Martial Arts got 3. The 95 movie got 2.
Wow.
I know. And Conquest did get 12.
Hell yeah.
So by an overwhelming margin, we like Conquest the best.
And this is the reason why people need to watch Mortal Kombat Conquest. It is clearly the best. This was a fair and balanced ranking of the elements of these different shows. There you have it, folks. That is it.
The official breakdown.
You know we're going to have to do more of these, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're going to have to open this up to the non-threshold stuff. I think, honestly, like I know I pigeonholed myself by saying we call this the Threshold Throwdown.
Just make a new sounder. It's fine.
I think we just call them all the Threshold Throwdown because fuck it, why not? I already made this one.
Threshold Throwdown.
It's that deep lore, baby. The only thing I hear clearly when you hit that is, it's that deep lore, baby.
That's fair. That is it, man. I think it's time for us to go.
Apologize to Paul W.S. Anderson.
Genuinely shocked. We gotta come up with more categories. I feel like Zero was underrepresented.
Zero wildly underrepresented. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel
Taja
like he was
also.
in stacked categories, like best original character
And it's tough. Yeah.
and hottest man or whatever we called it, hottest fashions. I don't even know why I said that, because I knew there was multiple different people in that category.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone. We all know what we mean. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to revisit this, and we're gonna have to open this up to the.
We'll have to play Daniel Bernhardt Bingo.
We're gonna have to reevaluate Best Quan Shi and add Scorpion's Revenge and Legacy Scorpion into the mix too.
Can I tell you right now, Scorpion's Revenge Quan Shi does not factor in for me.
Legacy Quan. I meant to say Legacy Quan Shi. I just want to make sure everyone knows I'm not gonna like throw in a Scorpion into a Quan Shi category. That's not fair.
Look, I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse.
I mean, they may be intertwined.
I'm not gonna put the Scorpion before the Quan Chi.
I would never, for starters.
What do I look like? Some kind of fucking animal to you?
All right, but Corey, we have, let's just be honest with the audience. We got another one of these episodes to knock off. Corey and I need to end this recording so that we can talk about Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. That's coming up next. Subscribe to the show, etc. Corey, what do you have to plug?
I'm gonna plug our YouTube channel now because it came to mind, and I think it'd be funny if I did it for once. We really want that URL, you guys. I don't think you understand. This is all we have. All we really want in life is to be just like our cool friend Danny, and he's got a custom URL. We don't have one, and like, it makes me feel inadequate just as a person.
Look,
so if you want to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, that'd be pretty cool.
I've seen the numbers. We know what our listener base is.
Look,
we know
if half of you listening went and subscribed, we'd be in great shape, is all I'm saying.
We need 44 more subscribers on YouTube, and we get that custom URL. Those are low numbers. Those numbers are like we have 56 subscribers on YouTube. That is significantly lower than our audience.
Yeah.
Our listener numbers.
Don't you want this for us?
Come on, man. We are talking about getting custom license plates that we let you
decide
vote on.
You're gonna I'm gonna let you guys write my fucking shit, I forgot what they were called. It's the thing on the gravestone. You guys get to write that.
Your epitaph.
My brain kept going obituary.
We could do that too. We could offer that.
If you pay for my Vorpax license plate, you can write my obituary.
But we just come on. Let's do a push. Let's do a push on that YouTube channel. I'm working hard to get it caught up.
Ultimate MK Podcast. Look at all this work this man is doing.
All of the stuff that we talked about on here, you can see pictures of on our YouTube videos, man.
It's free real estate.
It's all there.
It's a free house for you, Jim.
Go check out our YouTube channel.
It doesn't have any furniture in it, but the house is free.
I can't say the URL here because it's just a bunch of letters and numbers all mixed up. So click the link in the episode description.
Go
smash that
search
subscribe
MK
button.
Podcast YouTube.
You can search MK Podcast on YouTube. You will find it. Let's just fucking get this done, please.
Also, go listen to the other podcast that I do that doesn't have a custom URL on YouTube because we don't have a YouTube channel. So that's fine. Don't worry about that one. It's called They Made Another One. We talk about movies and reboots and remakes and stuff. I think the next episode that's coming out is our Halloween Kills episode.
Nice.
I think.
I'm seeing that tonight. Finally, no spoilers. I've already heard bad things.
Cool. So I won't say anything here. Go listen to that. I do that with my friends Liam and Mitch. You can find that. It's They Made Another One, and the Twitter handle is They Made Another. And I'm on Twitter at Mr. Corey Price.
You can find me on Twitter at Final Neal. Follow my retro gaming Instagram account at Final Neal Retro. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Final Neal. Subscribe in your podcast app. Rate us and review us 5 stars. Check us out on Good Pods, man. We've been that's a pretty cool app. It's
just like Goodreads.
It kind of is. It very much kind of is.
Is it? I don't know what it is.
There's a social media aspect to it. You can rate and review shows on there, recommend things. It's very cool. I'm on there too. So go check out MK Podcast on Good Pods. Check out some of our friends over there too. They don't get free plugs in the outro though. Go to that YouTube channel.
At your next
Hit that
family
subscribe
gathering,
button.
you should. It's getting close to wintertime, so your family might have one of those like logs on TV. That's just a log, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I think anybody listening should hijack the TV while everybody's schmoozing and boozing or whatever you do at family gatherings with your family, and just put on an episode of Ultimate MK Podcast in the background on the big TV in your house because everybody owns big TVs now. Capitalism worked, and all we got was big TVs, and that's how we'll get more listeners.
You know what? Here's my promise. I will upload a special version of this episode. I will upload the regular version of this episode.
And one that's a fucking burning log.
And I will upload one that is just a fire.
Hijack your latest family gathering or Christmas. I don't give a shit.
I will 100% do that. So go, and while you're hanging out with your family,
log version.
Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of that stuff. Just go around, grab everybody's phone, open their YouTube app, and hit that subscribe button.
American Thanksgiving is my favorite emo band.
Yeah, it's just if you've never been to an American Thanksgiving, because it's very clearly hardcore screamo. A special thank you to Sarah G, who has done some voice work for us. I've been leaning on those pretty heavy on the movie episodes and things like that, where we don't have a full intro to rip off of from a TV series. Follow her on Instagram and on Twitch. Those links are down in the description as well. Thank you, Sarah. And we're going to get out of here now and just immediately start talking about Battle of the Realms. So stay fucking tuned.
We're going to carry this energy, so I hope you like this episode.